Hello, my name is Tsuit. My traditional Tsimshian name is Tsuit. My English name is Michael Epp. My family comes from northern BC originally, from a village called Makakatla. It's just 5.5 miles west of Prince Rupert. And when my mom and dad got married up there, they decided to move down south along with my grandparents. My grandparents moved to Capilano, so their kids could go to school down here. And so I was born and raised here. I was born in Matsqui, and grew up around the area here, and remember taking trips to Capilano to visit my grandparents on Capilano Reserve. And as a youngster, my grandpa would tell me stories out there about all his fishing adventures and hunting adventures. The next door neighbors were all carvers at that time there, and so I was quite influenced by what I saw coming from their place all the time. They were carving canoes and totem poles and all kinds of neat stuff. So I was very influenced at a young age to do what we do. I started carving in 1980. Started carving on my own, following some of our old designs and making my own tools, which weren't really very good, and learning a lot from my grandfather. My grandfather taught me how to make my tools, my adze, and how to fashion spoons and halibut hooks, and how to use your adze for trapping, making traditional deadfalls, and all kinds of different things that he knew. He was born turn of the century, so he had a lot of really useful knowledge to pass down. And so I started working on smaller stuff like that, and then in I think it was 1982, we had a course in Kokalitsa with Francis Horn. I worked with Francis Horn at Kokalitsa till the end of that course, and then I continued with him for 4 years in Chilliwack, and just started carving from there. And then later years, I started working with my uncles from up north. I started learning a lot of different traditional designs from there. So I ended up, I grew up with these guys out here in Samath and in Matsqui, people in Matsqui, Matsqui. My first wife was from Matsqui. That's where my kids are from, Matsqui First Nation. And so I did a lot of, we did a couple polls down in Matsqui for the Matsqui band office. Raphael and his nephew Calvin was on that project, and we worked on two polls for the reconciliation at the old St. Mary's site in Mission several years ago. 18 footers, I think they were, and then we did a number of polls. Here is the one that's in the longhouse here. At my hometown, I did a pole, that was 21-foot pole, that was the first pole in 160 years in our village of Makakatla. And then I also did 2 years ago, I did two 15-footers for the airport in Prince Rupert. And after I finish these projects, I have to go back up to my village and start my grandfather's memorial pole for his, to honor his name. So I'll be going back up there to do that. But yeah, so I've been working mostly with cedar, red cedar, and we also use a lot of hardwoods, alder, maple, all different kinds of native hardwoods that we have here that are really nice. I've been working on a lot of masks. I do a lot of portrait masks, and do bowls and spoons and paddles and steam bent boxes for a lot of my family up north orders stuff for traditional use. So I often do a lot of polls and things for that, memorial stuff, boxes, and amhelite, what we call amhelite. It's a chief's headdress. Do those as well. So yeah, so it's just I'd like to pass down some of the knowledge that I know with some of the young people when we start to work with them, so they can sort of maybe feel the same magic we felt when we started. You know, it was quite a. We were lucky. We had a lot of the old timers still around when we were young, so they had a sort of connection to the old people, who had really a lot of knowledge. So that was a good thing to be influenced by a lot of those people. They're all gone. Those people are all gone now. It was so yeah. So basically, that's what we're doing. We're in this working on. This is a house post here. This is a traditional house post. You can see where the post goes in. They would go in the back sides of the longhouse in the back, and there would actually be a supporting log that will go this way as well. That it would be notched and fit into here. And a lot of the old houses had them all along on the sides of the houses. So that's basically what this one is here. This one is a wolf here. That's the Samath people, and then the ancestor here. And this one here. So thank you very much, and continue carving.